What's up, guys? Out here with another video, and I want to talk about what happened at the Capitol last night. Now, you guys know I did make a couple of videos. Well, actually, one video talking about it, uh, and I kind of gave my 2 cents. This is the next day. Today is what is it? Today is the 7th. Yeah, so today is the 7th, and it's kind of like the whole aftermath of people storming the Capitol, which was a disgrace, disgrace to just the whole country in general. But I don't want to talk about that. Um, I want to talk about something that's really concerning me right now, and I kind of foresee this happening in the near future. Probably not this year, but I can definitely see this happening next year or the year after, especially before the 4 years of Joe Biden's presidency is up. And I think that there's going to be some upcoming attacks on Christianity as a whole. And the reason why I say that is because I remember watching, I think it was a clip from a news station. And I remember while I think this is before the election or sometime during the election in November, I think that there was like a protest or something happened. There was some protest or something happening, and one of the news anchors, I think it may have been from maybe CNBC or CNN or MSNBC, one of those networks, and they kind of alluded to, well, Donald Trump's base is mostly evangelical Christians, right? And that kind of caught my attention because I remember saying, well, why would they say evangelical Christians? Like, why are they throwing that out there? It just seemed like that they're stroking with this broad brush. And I'm just like, well, there are a lot of evangelical Christians on the left. It may not be, as many people willing to admit that they are, evangelical Christian. But it just seemed really odd to me. And I felt like that they were trying to paint evangelicals or all evangelical Christians as being these radical, Trump supporting, white racist Christians, and it seems like that's what they're trying to allude to, or trying to basically say, if you consider yourself an evangelical Christian, then you are a person that is, one of these type of folks. No matter if you're black or white or whatever, if you're an evangelical Christian, or if you consider yourself to be one, then you are one of these right wing, Trump flag flying, MAGA hat wearing people. Now, I've heard it thrown around out there, especially on social media, about people saying that these folks that were at the Capitol were, some of them were evangelical Christians, or this is what evangelical Christianity is and what it does. And I've even seen some people on social media talking about, oh, this is they're trying to say that some of these people are the same folks that were in the South flying the Confederate flag, right? Like, these are the same folks. So if you consider yourself to be an evangelical, these are the people that you support. Now, what I foresee is that there's going to be, and I'm not trying to prophesy, so I hope nobody is watching this video to this point and be like, oh, there you go, trying to prophesy. Nah, I'm not like Marcus Rogers or any of these guys. I'm not pulling the Marcus Rogers right now. So you guys don't have to worry about that. But I'm seeing this pattern. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing this pattern, for quite a while. Ever since I've been saved, ever since the Lord has, opened my eyes. This is a pattern, and I think that this is where this is going. First of all, when we look at something like the woke church, right? There's already been an effort to divide the church internally. For instance, there are some people who have been black who have followed people like, John MacArthur, James White, Voddie Baucham, Phil Johnson, all of these types of guys in the Reformed, I guess you would say like Reformed theology, right? And I'll probably say maybe about 3, 4 years ago, there was a lot of people, a lot of black folks who agreed with Reformed theology. Like me, I agree with Reformed theology. But now you're starting to see there's a group of people who's moving away from that, and they're starting to say that Reformed theology is racist, is at its core racist, and they're calling people, especially if you're white and you hold to a Reformed theological view of the Bible, then you are inherently racist. If you're black, then you're just like some coon or you're some Uncle Tom, and that is under the guise of woke church. And this is why I've made videos about this in the past. So you're starting to see a division in the church. And I think that after this, the government is going to look at this and say, okay, we need to start tightening up on evangelicalism, Christian evangelicalism. Anybody who claims to be that, we need to keep a watch on these type of people. And I think that there's going to be a lot of restrictions on anyone who calls themselves evangelical Christian, who might not even be Trump supporters. Just calling themselves evangelical might be something that may be dangerous. And there are going to be people who are going to switch that title. They're going to say, nope, that's not me. I'll call myself X, Y, and Z because I don't want the negativity that comes with it. But the government is not going to persecute people based on a title. What they're going to do is come out with certain definitions. And they're going to say, well, if you hold to these particular views, if you believe X, Y, and Z about the Bible, then you are a person who we're putting under the guise of evangelical. And therefore, you're going to suffer the same consequence as someone who outright calls himself evangelical, or if you're someone who doesn't call yourself evangelical. If you hold these core beliefs, then we're going to use that against you. And one of the things that really concerned me, and I made a video about this, the guy who was like saying, oh, amen, or a woman, that whole guy that everybody's, mocking and making memes about. To me, I didn't look at that too much and say, oh, well, this is crazy. Why is this guy doing this? Like, to me, I felt like that was somewhat of a dog whistle, because the reason why he was there at that congressional meeting, excuse me, is because they were writing some new laws into a bill to use more gender inclusive language, right? And this is language that identifies somebody as a man or a woman. So therefore, for instance, they didn't want to use the term mother, father, sister, brother, etc., right? They just wanted to just say family member. You can't use the word woman or man anymore, or girl or boy. You have to use a person. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they were talking about. And I don't think that a lot of people caught on to that, because I hear a lot of people talking about this guy saying this instead of actually looking or peeling back that layer of what he was doing and why he was doing it. So what's going to happen is that, first of all, when we look at these terms like man, woman, brother, mother, father, these are terms that are being used in the Bible. Okay, now keep that in mind. These are terms that are used in the Bible, and these are terms that are instituted by God. So now you got Congress, who is trying to say that if you use any of these terms, you are going to be offending people. You're not going to be considered gender inclusive. So therefore, what I believe is that since the Bible contained those terms, then now people are going to say, well, since the Bible contained these types of terms, then we don't need the Bible in government, and we don't need anybody who's going to follow these terms that are in the Bible. And I strongly believe that they're either going to be able to they're going to throw the Bible out, or they're going to remix the Bible. And they're going to come out with a version that isn't going to use any of those terms. So therefore, when you have presidents and stuff swearing their hands on the Bible and all of that, they're going to say, to be politically correct, they're going to say, no, we need to come out with a different version of the Bible. And this is the Bible that needs to be state issued. And I know a lot of y'all are probably saying, nah, man, I don't think that they're going to go that far to, come out with a state issued Bible. Fact check, they're doing it in China. And this happened in China maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, or maybe even longer than that. But China has a state issued Bible that removes verses and chapters and all of that stuff. And if you don't use that Bible or preach from that Bible, then you can be persecuted for that. You can be locked up or punished for having a non-state issued Bible. And this is what they're going through in China right now. You just don't hear about it because, a lot of folks are so wrapped up in the political jargon that's going on right now. But yeah, this is what's happening in China. And I believe that the United States is on its way to doing that. And I believe that that what happened at the Capitol is ushering that in right now. I believe that this is what's going to usher a state-issued Bible. It's going to usher in, persecution of Christians, whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. If you call yourself a Bible-believing Christian and you believe it doesn't even matter what version that you claim to hold to. You can say, well, I hold to the King James. Well, I hold to the NIV, the ESV, or the NASB. It don't matter, because all of those verses are going to go against that state-issued Bible. And I believe that that's what's going to happen, because you've already had this pastor who affirmed it at the prayer meeting or at the congressional meeting in his prayer. They're already setting the way for that, paving the way. And I believe within the next few years, we're probably going to see a state-issued Bible. And people are going to be changing their Christian title. People are going to be, well, I'm not really Christian. I'm kind of spiritual, but, I believe in the Bible, but certain parts of it. And that's going to be the thinking that they're going to try to promote. And anybody who goes against that, then you're going to be a part of the people who are going to be persecuted and punished for that. But anyway, don't want to make this video too long. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think that, Alton, you're just spewing some conspiracy theories? This is not going to happen in America. We got our Constitution to protect us. And, there are certain things that people can and can't do via the Constitution. And they can't come in and mix religion with the state. And we're going to be just fine. Or you happen to believe that, hey, man, we already see a lot of this crazy stuff that's happening, and they've been amending the Constitution for at least the past 10 years. They've been making amendments here and making amendments there. So this is something that we could be seeing coming down the line soon, and we need to get ready. But whatever you guys feel, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, like this video, rate it, share, subscribe, hit that notifications bell so you guys can be alerted whenever I get ready to go live or whenever I upload a new video. And you guys have a blessed day.